Welcome back. It's art time, class. Today, we're going to be making the base for our puppet. Before that, let's take a look at Chinese New Year and see at some of the things that they do. This year for Chinese New Year, it's going to be February 12th, 2021, and it's going to be the year of the ox. For Chinese New Year, often people watch traditional dances and watch fireworks shows. I know I watch fireworks shows for New Year's every year. If you have time, I recommend pulling up a video of the dragon dance or the lion dance. People will enjoy eating festival food. I know I enjoy festival food when I get a chance to go to festivals when it's safe. People will share their wealth with loved ones. In Chinese New Year, they usually will get a basket together and create a big gift of all the things that they have to give to others. They'll clean and brighten up their home and workplace. As you can see, they often add beautiful lanterns. They'll add these beautiful hanging designs that just brighten up the color. So I see flowers, I see beautiful bright umbrellas, bright lanterns. And that's a little bit about Chinese New Year. Let's go ahead and check out how we are going to create our dragon puppet project. Once you have your idea laid out, you need to think about creating the base of your dragon. Now on my sketch, I'm actually missing some details. I wanted to add legs, wings, and horns, and those are not on my dragon. Before I get started on my base, I do want to go ahead and draw out the idea of where I want those. And I've already thought about it a little bit. I'm going to put my legs here and here. That way it still has a long tail and a long neck. I also wanted to add 2 wings, and I think I want the wings just behind the first set of legs. For my wings, I want feathery wings. Think about a project we did earlier that had a bunch of bumps in it. That was our optical illusion worm project. If you choose to do feathers, you could use that drawing technique for adding feathers. And then I do want feather wings. Okay, now that I have my idea all laid out, it's time to make the base. I'm going to show you guys how to do that together. Let me put this to the side. You are going to need a piece of paper, some scissors that are safe for your level, and some glue. I recommend the Elmer's liquid glue. This is perfect, affordable, and easily found at our local Walmart and all over. So you'll need these 3 things to do our project today. I also recommend putting your name on your project. On your mouth, on the inside of the mouth, if you're in the classroom with me, you must put not only your name, but your class code. Just in case your dragon gets lost from its group, it can find its way back to the class if it has the class code and your name on it. So those are something to think about. Let's go ahead and get started. So first, we're going to take this paper, and if we want our dragon to be this skinny, it needs to be folded into thirds. If you want your dragon to be thicker and shorter, which you can do, it's your choice, you need to fold it into halves. I'm going to do mine into thirds though. To find thirds, I can use a ruler and mark it out. I could also take my paper, and when I'm folding it, I'm not going to fold it over to the edge over here. I'm going to fold it somewhere in the middle, coming back down this way. Okay. So that's somewhere, see the distance between here and here, kind of the middle. Sorry, my camera's being blurry right now. There we go. It's auto-focusing. All right. We've practiced folding before in the classroom. When we fold our paper, we're going to take one hand and put it down and take the other hand and put it underneath our paper and then flip this hand over, we then line up our paper where we want it to be, pull out this hand, and we can press down here, okay? Kindergartners will take a little bit of time to get that fold down. Parents, it's okay to help move their hands. You want to be sure their hands are moving the paper, though. If you're helping, it's okay to help, but you want to make sure their hands are doing the movements as well with you. Next, we're going to use scissors and cut on both of our folds, so we have 3 strips. When we're cutting, we're going to have our scissors pointed away from us. You never want your scissors pointed like across you or towards you. You always want them pointing away. Might be hard to see with the cameras, but right now the scissors are right in front of me, facing forward, and my eyes are not looking at you. My eyes are looking at the paper right now. That's why I'm looking down, because I'm looking at what I'm cutting while I'm cutting it. Parents at home, if you're helping your student, and one of the younger students like kindergartners or first graders might tilt their scissors. If you tilt your scissors, it becomes harder to cut. So when I tilt it, it won't cut as nicely. It gets like a bumpy right here. Some students will tilt it this way or the other way. It just depends. But you want to have your student hold the scissors up perpendicular from the table, perpendicular, coming straight up. Okay. So here I have 3 strips. Now it's time to glue our strips together to make a long strand. To do that, we're going to use our glue bottle. When I open this up, I can squeeze it just a little bit to hear air's coming in and out. I don't know, y'all hear that with the mic? If air's going to go in and out, I know glue will go in and out too, so it's going to work. Here's another glue bottle. When I open it, I can't squeeze it. Air won't go in and out. Something is inside of here keeping air from going in and out, which will stop glue from going in and out too. And it's a piece of dried glue is on the cap. And it looks like there's some dried glue on the inside too. Oh, there it goes. I hear it now. So be sure if you're like, my glue won't work, check to see that this is cleared off and that if air goes in and out, we know it's going to work. Now I have my glue bottle and we want to use a little dot. Now that is a little dot and it's just enough. I'm going to use either my finger to smear back and forth so it's no longer visible. And then I'm going to take my paper, press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. While I was pressing down. Now the heat from my hand and the pressure pushing down has dried the glue and I'm ready to move on. If you are at home, I recommend testing this and seeing if it will pull apart. Do another dot. If you don't want to get glue on your finger, this orange part is made to smear the glue back and forth, which is often why we get glue on the sides like that. It's okay, you just smear it back and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at this point in the project, I usually have students counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you got this nice long strip of paper. If you glued it correctly, you could probably go like this, no problem. Nothing's gonna fall. Nice and strong, already dried. Now let's make the part that opens and closes on the dragon. This is the puppet part right here. All right. To make this, we're gonna have our paper go up, down, and back up. That's a zigzag. Did y'all see that with my finger? A zigzag right there. So I need to do that with my paper. So I'm going to fold. And then I'm going to fold under. Did y'all see that? I folded first up and then under. You can fold under and then up. It doesn't matter which order you do it in. As long as it changes directions, you're going to have that zigzag that I talked about. Now, right here is start start of the dragon. I can start to see the mouth open and close. I want this to stay open. So no glue should be here. No glue goes here since I want this to open and close. I need to add a little strip of paper and I need to create a pocket. Let's talk about the pocket. So the pocket's right here and my fingers need to fit inside. So I need, since this is the pocket here, I'm going to do a dot, a dot, a dot, a dot. And I'm going to do the magic smearing, which really gets the glue working. The reason it works is like it gets the air and it makes it like start drying faster so it stays. So there's just glue here and here. That's it. Parents, if you're helping a kindergartner or a first grader at home, I recommend putting a little highlighter spot where you want them to put their glue spot. That will help them guide them. And it is an accommodation that I do for kindergartners in the classroom is I'll put a spot or a highlighter line where I want them to put their glue. So you can definitely do that accommodation at home if you need to. So here I have a pocket and it's newly glued, so it's still pretty weak. I'm going to cut off a strip. And I'm going to cut off a strip over here or at the tail end of my dragon. It's your choice. I'm going to have teeth coming down here. So I've cut it off right there. And I'm going to add this little strip for my thumb. It's going to catch my thumb. Some students might want to, instead of doing a strip here, they might want to fold this back and create a second pocket for the thumb. It's harder, but you can do that if you want to do two pockets. I recommend the little strip. So I take this little strip, and that's actually too much glue. So I'm going to take the other end of my strip because I want glue at this end and this end, but no glue in the middle. No pegamento aquí. Solo pegamento aquí y aquí. And then I'm going to press this here and here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At this point, it should be dried and ready to go. And here it is working. It is a smart idea to leave this alone for 30 minutes just to be sure it's fully dry. Because students are stronger than paper and they can break their paper pretty easily if they are not careful with it. But this is the end of our dragon base. At this point, you need to put your name on it. I recommend putting the name inside of the mouth and on the tail of our dragon. I want you to put your name in 2 areas. So I'm putting my name, Art Time, inside the mouth somewhere and on the tail. If you are in the classroom, you'll need to also put your class code. So think about your grade number. So that could be a letter K, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then think about the specials rotation. What day of the week do you go to art? And that will be your letter. Okay, so a letter and number is your class code. And if you're in the classroom, feel free to raise your hand if you need a reminder on what your class code is. If you cannot figure it out on your own or you do not see it posted, you'll see it on my cart posted, but if not, just raise your hand and I'll point it out for you. All right, guys, so this is your dragon base. You should have something like this. Next week, we're going to add pop-up details. So those are things that like stick up off of the dragon, like teeth might come up off of the dragon and stick down here. I'll show you how to do pop-up eyes. Legs would stick out. Wings might need to stick out. And that's going to be next week. If you finished this early and you still have time, you may start adding legs or teeth. And I'm going to show you how to do that in next week's video. So next time, class, keep being creative. Be sure to take a picture of this. So you should have a picture of this puppet. You got your name on it. You gotta write the date on it too. I'm gonna write the date on mine. Oh, I didn't write the date on it. Yeah. Wait, 2021. There we go. Be gentle with this. Fun.